Save us! We're all gonna die! Oh my god! I'm so scared! People are terrified me with the news! What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Oh shit! Oh god!
This just in, Dr. Chatter News, bringing you a special alert presentation. Stay tuned. Whew! Okay, so, a little excited there. I'm calming down just a little bit. But yeah, welcome to the next Dr. Chatter episode. Little rocky start there, but why am I freaking out? Oh, maybe it's because the news puts freaky shit in it all the time. But, let's continue to calm down. I'll have a little drink. How about that? That tends to calm the nerves, supposedly. Today I'm going to be drinking some Valentine's. Probably drank Valentine's on here before. I don't know. I'm losing track of what I'm drinking. But I'm also going to add a little bit more of something else. Make a little mixed drink. Very popular choice to mix with your whiskey is, of course, 7-Up. So, whiskey 7, and and I don't know if you can see it on there, but this little creature from the Black Lagoon, just in time for Halloween. I love that. That's funny. I did an old remake of the music for the commercial for Creature of the Black Lagoon, so kind of have a soft spot for him. That was back when I was in college doing film music. But here's to the episode, and hopefully not freaking out too much. Okay, so, like many people in Houston a while ago, I've been a little freaked out. Well, why were they freaked out? Well, they were freaked out because a hurricane hit them. You might remember Hurricane Harvey. Well, there's been a lot of hurricanes since then. In fact, they're happening in quick succession, which is rather odd behavior for weather to happen, but according to climate change scientists, that's exactly what was supposed to happen. Weirder, more erratic weather hitting more often. And with global warming, or climate change as it's actually known, raising the sea temperature is going to produce more powerful tropical storms because it's warming the water in the ocean, and that's what causes these storms to build up. But why do I bring up these hurricanes like Harvey and Irma? Well, remember what they said in the Bible, oh, you'll know what's going on and everything like that at the end of the world because there'll be fires and floods and tribulations and all this other stuff. I mean, we won't get into the fact that tribulations actually comes from little Roman spiked military gear that they would throw out into the surrounding area to screw up any troops running in on them. And these are like spiked caltrops that are big. I mean, the spikes aren't like that long. But, that's where we get the word tribulations. Anywho, Houston flooded, as you may have known. And as you may have also heard, there was a megachurch down there called the Lakewood Church, run by Joel Osteen. What a fucking dickhead. Okay, first off, people were asking him during the thing and afterwards to open the church. And what does he say? No, I'm not going to open the church. No one asked me to. What? No, we were literally asking you to. Online, via phone calls, in the newspaper. We were asking you, damn it, and you didn't open it. And what does the Bible say about knowing a Christian by the works they do? Yeah, you fucked up there. You definitely fucked up there. And the internet called you on that. There's lots of memes. I don't have to get into it here. Many other YouTube people have done that. And, well, of course, all the people that made the memes. Which also made the news. And then what happened the following Sunday? Oh, you decided to open the doors to all these people who had lost everything. And you passed around the collection plate to get more money. Not to give to them, but to take from them. Which means now you're just taking money and you're not helping them at all. Which makes you doubly an asshole. You did $105 million renovations to that Lakewood church that used to be a stadium, now it's a church. $105 million in renovation. Your net worth is $56 million, and you live in a $10 million home. And yet you're passing the collection plate around to people who lost everything? Well, fuck you, Joel. Fuck you. I don't usually say that because, you know, I like MST3K, and one of the main characters on that originally was named Joel, so I don't really like saying fuck you, Joel, but Joel Osteen, you're an asshole. You need every parishioner at Lakewood Church to put their foot up your ass. That's how much of a dumbass you are. A little bit of paraphrasing of Red Foreman there from that 70s show. Anywho, so what did Joel Osteen have to say about all this internet hullabaloo that came his way, this flack, this debris from the hurricane? Well, he got on Twitter and said, "Don't go around with a poor me mentality. You can be pitiful or you can be powerful. You can't be both." Well, actually, Joel, you may be fairly powerful with your money and your church and your respect and everything like that, but you're still pretty damn pitiful. In fact, you're probably the epitome of pitiful. Anywho, Joel, we all know the fiber of your being. You're a liar who tells people they'll get riches in heaven if they just make you rich. You are the person that Jesus warned us about. You really are. You know, don't believe the person in a public forum expounding upon their faith and telling you you're doing everything wrong. No, instead, don't do that and get yourself into a fucking closet and say this. And then he told them to say the Lord's Prayer. So Joel, I hope the next hurricane that goes your way absolutely wipes your house off the face of the map. And the bank you keep your money in, and your church. I really do. Not because I like karma or I like revenge, but because you're a fucking dick. And everyone knows it. And I'm surprised that anyone went there on Sunday to fucking worship with you. I'm even more surprised they gave you money. I'm even more surprised they're putting up with this shit. You should have your ass sued and you should probably be put in jail. Because you were not helping. And they know that, yes, shelters at that time were filled to capacity. And we were asking you to open your doors, and you didn't. So you're a dick. And that's all there is to it. But speaking of other natural disasters, Mexico's been having earthquakes. Big, powerful earthquakes. In fact, they had a, 7.1 earthquake on the anniversary while they were running a drill for earthquakes. It was the anniversary of the earthquake that they were running the drill for. Well, that's kind of funny. Not ironic. It's kind of weird. Give us some time, we may laugh. But, you know, all these hurricanes, all these earthquakes, all these other things going on in the world, it's got some other people really freaked out. So, I feel bad for Mexico, but yes, Mexico's not going to pay for the wall. They've got a lot of other walls they need to pay for first. So, sorry, Donald, but it was an idiot thing when you proposed it during the election run, and it's still an idiot thing when you talk about it now, even though you're saying that now we're going to pay for it, the Americans, which wasn't your campaign promise and is pissing a lot of people off. That kind of makes me laugh, because you're like, oh yeah, we'll get Mexico to pay for it, and who's going to pay for it? Americans! Yeah, so Trump supporters out there, good job on voting Trump in. I told you he wasn't going to do what he said he was going to do. I told you that. I've told you that a lot. Anywho, all these natural disasters, all these bad things happening, it's got some people freaked out. In fact, there's a new theory coming out saying that we're all gonna die somewhere between the 20th and the 23rd when the planet Nibiru hits us and wipes out all life on the planet. This is called Mead's theory, which is actually a theory that was proposed by, I believe it was Zecharia Sitchin, one of the ancient alien guys. But he believes that this planet way out in the middle of deep space around our solar system is whipping around our sun and killing all life on the planet. Now, different variations of this say that the planet is not a planet but a dead star, and it's hitting us with a gas cloud that wipes out all life. Some people say, oh no, that's where the Anunnaki come from, the ancient aliens that created all life, and they breathe gold, which would be absolutely fucking ridiculous, especially when they say these same aliens came to Earth to take our gold so they had more gold to breathe. Well, I'm sorry, but if you know anything about how respiration actually works, O2 in, CO2 out. The O2 is still there, it's just added with carbon. They would never have lost their gold. So the premise that they were running out of gold because they were breathing it is just fucking retarded. But yes, so is the theory, because the guy says that he got his information from where else? The Bible. But also the Pyramids of Giza, which the Pyramids of Giza don't say anything about this. There's nothing on the hieroglyphics about that. It's a tomb. It's not there to have any prophecies. So don't ever think that it's going to have anything on there. And the points that he's trying to put in the Bible were, let's look this one up. Now, Mead, of course, is a Christian researcher and numerologist, as is said in the news. And he's using, what passage was it? Luke 21, verses 25 to 26. So let me read those for you, at least the ones that he gave to the news. There will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars. On the earth, nations will be in anguish and perplexity at the roaring and tossing of the sea. People will faint from terror, apprehensive of what is coming on the world, for the heavenly bodies will be shaken. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Okay, so that mentions really nothing about hurricanes. Tossing sea is not the same as a hurricane, although the sea does toss during a hurricane. It also tosses during tsunami, it tosses during just stormy weather, so you can't really say that's proof of hurricanes. Doesn't really talk about, earthquakes and everything. It talks about people's hearts failing them from fear. I don't see anyone dying from heart attacks in mass numbers. I don't see people fainting from anything, including heat, and it's been pretty hot. I mean, I'm really sweating. I'm under some stage lights, but that's, beside the point. It's been pretty hot lately. Climate change is real. Yeah, but I don't see any signs in the sun, moon, and stars. I don't see the heavens being shaken. I don't see stars falling from the sky. And I've mentioned this before. In order for the stars to fall from the sky, they would have to be smaller than the ground as far as we know. I mean, these stars are massive suns, millions of miles away. If they fell to the earth, they would literally crush the earth. Probably even before they got here, we would be burned alive and melted to a cinder before they touched us. The stars cannot fall from the sky. The Bible was very explicit when it said that the stars were placed in the sky, in the dome, the rakia, the firmament, something that's actually supposed to be solid, and that these things were small, and that they'd fall, and that you could pick up a star in your own hands. That's what these people believed in the old days. They were dumb when it came to astronomy. So, do I believe that the Bible says anything about end times, or that the end of the world is ending on September 23rd? No! It's fucking ridiculous! You're date setting! You're not a fucking prophet, and I'm pretty sure that all the prophets ever written about weren't fucking prophets either. That was probably added later to give some credence to some other fact that people wanted you to believe. So you got distracted and said, oh, this person has the information and the knowledge, so it must be true. No, they wrote this shit down after the fact to confuse the stupid people that didn't know the difference. Here's a funny thing I just found. According to, who was it? Robin Flynn on Twitter, she just asked Mead for an interview, and he actually responded to her and said that he wasn't available until next week. So apparently he believes the world's gonna end. Sorta, but maybe not really. Yeah. See, that's the problem with date setting. People did this before. If you've studied anything about the rapture, you know people have been date setting the end of the world for fucking ever. Survivalists even say things that, oh, the end of the world's coming, this is proof, 9/11's proof, this is proof, this is proof, everything's proof. No, it's not proof. You're just getting carried away. I know you want to survive, you want to live, you don't want to die, but come on, people. Stop trying to freak everyone else out. Survivalists will call this the end of the world as we know it, because most of them realize that it's not the end of the world. The world's still going to be here. It's just going to be the end of life, human life, on this planet. And probably not even that. I mean, according to the rapture and other people that have read the Bible, evangelicals especially, no, there's actually going to be, trials and tribulations after the rapture. So people are still going to be around for a while. And then, as soon as it's all over and done with, then heaven on earth is going to be around. And then there's going to be life on the planet again. So, the end of the world as we know it makes more sense than the end of the world. Because the world's not going anywhere. Even by many of their theories. The world's not ending. And with that, remember, I've been your host, Dr. Chatter, calming you down, singing you through the storm. We're going to survive this one, folks. Don't worry about that. Because why? Knowledge changes the world. Not stupid date-setting numerology bullshit from ancient alien believers.